Hello, this is Omar, and this is my final presentation of my game. For my scoring, once you collide with the player, the coin randomly generates on random spots of the tile map, and every time you collect the coin too as a player, you move faster, throughout the game. Spawn, it generates like that. The player also, as you can see, it's animated, so it walks, it looks whatever way you press. Yeah. And it goes really fast. Once the game is over, it prints congratulations, exclamation mark. It prints how much coins you collected. I collected 7, so it says 7 coins. Yeah, that's it for my gameplay. For my code in the load section, I have the set default filter, which doesn't allow blurring whenever players' pixels are scaled up, because without this, the player would be blurry. An object, is used for the classic libraries for player and coin. Animate, used for the player's animations. Animate library, STI library, is used for the tiled map. Game map, that's my game map right here. Camera, used to follow for the player and the game in general. Tick, used for the random generation of my coin throughout the game, requiring player and coin module, so the main module knows they're there. It's there, or they're there. Setting game over to false. Calling these 3 instances: camera, coin, player. My sound table. I have 3 different sounds. This one doesn't really work. This one doesn't end for some reason. This one works. This one, I'll give this one like 8 out of 10 because it doesn't work every collision, but it works most collisions for the pickup noise. Fonts, I have a TTF and an OTF. For my TTF, I just set the color to 0. OTF, I set the color to blue. Play my music. Set the volume to 0.1 because if you don't scale the volume, it's going to be pretty loud. Score 0. Timer, I set to 30. An update section. If game over is true, return it, and the game is over. Updating player, updating coin, updating tick. My collision check, if x plus width is greater, it's greater than coin x, that's a collision. X is less than coin width plus coin x, that's a collision. Y plus h is greater than y, then that's a collision. Same thing for y, it's a collision. After all those collisions, after collision happens, we play the coin music. Whenever the player picks up the coin, we set the volume to 0.3 because it's also pretty loud if you don't scale the volume down. Score is we add 1 every time a collision happens, and the X randomly spawns anywhere on the tiled map. Do 1900 because I felt like 1900 was the best because my tiled map is like about 2000, so, and I want the coin not to spawn like at the edge, so yeah. And we add player speed whenever a collision happens. Time, we minus by delta time every frame. Time a second goes down. And if time is less than or equals 0, game over is true. No more gameplay because nothing goes past 0. WH, that's width and height. I just use dimensions because it's just better for the line of code instead of using get width, get height. This is for my camera, so the camera doesn't go past the left and the top border. If CamX is less than width divided by 2, then it's width divided by 2. Same thing for Y. This is for my right and bottom border, and for the right and bottom border is a little bit more tricky, so we use an equation for these. Use game map dot width times game map dot tile width, and the same thing for the height. And then once we do this, we use them for the right and bottom border. Map W minus width divided by 2. Then if cam x is greater than that, that's what it is. Same thing for y. Draw, if once game is over, if game is over, we just draw the game over information and return it. Cam detach draws everything through the lenses of the camera. The game map, we have to draw each individual layer. We have ground and tree of the game map. Player, we draw the player and the coin because we want them to be seen through the camera's lenses. Whenever they update, these are not seen through the camera's lenses. They just stay on the top left of the screen. Just constantly updating, scoring time. I added an extra second so you can be prepared. My game over function, when it's true, it's game is over, is over. Game over. End game never plays, and the regular music never stops. But yeah. And then my game over information, I want the game map to still be there when the game is over, instead of a blank black screen. Save the original color. We print congratulations. You collected how much coins? Reset color to previous color. In the player code, we use the classic library to extend my sprite sheet, where it spawns, how fast it goes, the width and height of the image. Self grid helps animate library split each sprite into individual. The sprite helps the library split sprite sheet into individual images. We have this is the height and width of each individual sprite. This is the width and height of the whole sprite sheet together. Table that stores the player's animation. We have the 1 through 4, the column 1 through 4. 1 is up, down. For every frame goes 0.2. 0.2 is, it's not really fast in game. We have self anim to store these. It's not actually left. We just update it, but right now we just set it to left. Move the camera that locks onto the player. Moving set to false. See self animals back. We update it to up instead of left. Same thing for down. Moving is set to true. Same thing for the rest of the keyboard inputs. And then for this if statement, it's for if nothing is being pressed, the player is just not moving at all, like he's not walking in place or anything. And the frame that we use for it is 2 on the sprite sheet. We update, the animations right here. This is used for so the player won't go past the screen, like in the main module right here. Draw. We draw the player. We don't use love.graphics draw because we're drawing a sprite sheet right here. We scale it up times 5 because without scaling it up, it's pretty small. Nothing in coin special. I don't update anything. Draw, set it at 300, 300. That, and that's it for my code. And then I think I deserve a high B, like 87, 88, because I added camera, I used tiles, I used physics. My audio, I don't think I deserve a full point for audio, but I added it. I used fonts, advanced fonts, and I use animation. I have a game that ends nicely, has scoring, and starts nicely. And yeah, thank you.